Good evening. Welcome to the October 8th, 2025 Riverhead Central School District Regular Board of Education meeting. Can I get a roll call? Ms. Murphy?
Present.
Thank you. Mr. Wallace?
Present.
Thank you, Ms. Murphy. Ms. Healy?
Present.
Thank you. Ms. Redmond? Ms. Freeborn? And Mr. Gonzalez? Can I get a motion to go to executive to discuss the employment of a particular person or corporation?
Motion.
Thank you, Mr. Murphy. Thank you, Ms. Murphy. Thank you, Ms. Wallace. Mr. Wallace, all in favor? And motion passes, and we'll see you at 7. Good evening, welcome back. Can I get a motion to return to open session? Thank you, Dr. Gonzalez. Can I get a second? Thank you, Ms. Murphy. All in favor? And motion passes. Please stand for the pledge.
Right. East. Read. And. Out. Art. Out. Right. Left. Left. Base. Out. Art. Art. Okay. All done.
Our district clerk has a announcement about translation services.
Good evening. If you require translation services, please come to the back table to receive a device.
Buenas noches. Si necesitan traducción en español, tengo los dispositivos en la mesa de atrás. Gracias.
Thank you. We have our student representative, Mr. Gabrielson.
Good evening, everyone. To start off, we have Phillips Avenue School. On Thursday, the school will host its annual Color Run, a fun community-building event that brings students and families together. On Friday, Phillips will welcome the Southampton Town Police for Police Day. Students along with SRO Mr. Tony Vecchio will experience a police helicopter landing, see demonstrations with police dogs, drones, and robots, and learn more about the different roles in law enforcement. Riley Avenue School. Riley is looking forward to its first outdoor learning day this Thursday. Staff are preparing creative lessons to take learning outside with hopes to continue using outdoor spaces throughout the year. A new team has also formed to design a sensory pathway to help students develop self-regulation skills and support their evolving needs. Additionally, Riley recently celebrated its first ever 100% Principals of the Day. 3 students who earned perfect attendance for the month of September spent the day shadowing the principal, visiting classrooms, and using walkie-talkies, having lunch in the principal's office, and even a meeting with SRO Officer Cohen. The discussion was wide-ranging, including the importance of reading, being responsible on the computer, and even trying to figure out why everyone keeps saying the meme 6-7. Akobog Elementary School. At Akobog, students and families are celebrating the grand opening of the brand new pre-K and kindergarten playground. Special thanks to the Board of Education, district leaders, staff, and community members for making this project possible. Ms. Rodriguez and her final kindergarten class before retirement joined in the ribbon cutting last week. First graders also graduated from the Detective McGruff program after spending a month learning about personal safety, bullying awareness, and making positive choices. Looking ahead, Akobog will host its annual Fall Festival on October 19th, filled with games, prizes, and family fun. Roanoke Avenue School. This month, Roanoke is participating in Socktober. the school community is collecting socks, hats, and scarves and gloves to donate to Marines Haven, a local homeless outreach program. Each week, the grade with the most donations will be named Socktober Superheroes of the Week. In the past years, the school has donated hundreds of socks, and this year's drive is expanding to include more cold weather items based on community needs. Pulaski Street School. Pulaski is off to a strong start this October. Our 5th graders walked into the Riverhead Free Library this week to learn about its programs and apply for library cards, while our 6th graders enjoyed hands-on learning at the Vanderbilt Museum. The season was made even brighter thanks to fall decorations donated by Fink's Family Farm, creating a warm and welcoming entrance for students and family. Riverhead Middle School. Riverhead Middle School had an engaging and productive month. Our school resource officers, Officer Cohen and Officer Constantine, led a social media assembly where students learned about online safety, protecting personal information, and the importance of making smart digital choices, connecting back to our pride values. In celebration of Hispanic Heritage Month, Sol y Sombra visited our PE classes to share the history of Latin dance. Students learned and practiced dances like rumba and bachata, bringing culture and movement together in a fun way. Riverhead Middle School also hosted its first rec night of the year, giving students a chance to unwind, play games, and connect with friends in a safe and positive environment. And in Mr. Fain's class, ENL and ELA class, students are reading Seed Folks and bringing the story to life by planting seeds in a classroom grow lab, exploring the themes of community and growth on a hands-on way. Riverhead High School. Next week is Spirit Week at Riverhead High School, leading up to the homecoming on Saturday, October 18th. This week will include themed dress-up days, a homecoming dance, and the annual pep rally. The parade kicks off at 12 p.m., followed by the varsity football game at 1:30. We hope to see everyone in the community there to show off their Blue Wave pride.
Thank you, Eric. Moving on, we have our superintendent report.
Thank you. We're going to have two presentations. The first one, what we'll do is we'll go with the Bondino Group, and we'll have a short presentation on the external audit report.
Thank you. Just to introduce myself to everybody, my name is Alan Walther. I'm a partner with the Bonadillo Group. We have completed the school district's audit of their financial statements for the year ended June 30th, 2025. Previous to this meeting, I met with the audit committee and reviewed the reports in detail with them. For the purpose of tonight's meeting, I'd just like to give a brief overview of the results of the audit. The services that we provide to the school district are to audit the school district's financial statements. In conjunction with that, we also audit your extra classroom activity funds, and we perform a uniform guidance audit of your federal programs. The opinion that we will be issuing on your financial statements is an unmodified opinion. That is the highest level of assurance that we can give on your financial statements, and that is the opinion that all of the users of the financial statements will be looking for. I'd like to give a big thanks as well to Marianne and the rest of the business office staff for all their assistance in helping us to get the audit done. An audit is a collaborative effort, and we can't complete what isn't provided to us. There were also no internal control findings or no compliance findings in our audit. And some of the highlights of the audit for the year. The school district ended the year with a total fund balance in its general fund of $41.1 million, of which approximately $6.5 million was used to balance your 2026 budget, and your unreserved fund balance will end at approximately $8.5 million, which is within the New York State 4% limitation. That's the extent of my comments, unless there's any questions from the board.
All right. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Thank
Have a
you.
good night.
All right, our next presentation will be from Dr. Hernandez, our Chief Information Officer. When I first met Dr. Hernandez, he was working in a district office, and typically with a chief information officer, you think, okay, these are state reports, there's a lot of state data, testing coordination, things of that nature. So one day, he shows me, I'm working on this little project here, and I think I have a mechanism where I can really help some of the programs. I'm working on some data. So, all right, let me take a look at it. And usually when you're looking at that, you're thinking spreadsheets and, sheet after, and then numbers and, all that kind of stuff. And all of a sudden, there are these graphs, there are these charts. Even I can understand this. And I said, wait a second, we need to certainly show our administrators. After I showed the administrators, they were on fire because they believed that our teachers could do an amazing job with, once they have the information, they don't have the time to go hunt for it, but once they have the information, our teachers are fabulous. They know exactly what to do. And Dr. Hernandez said he would be willing to come here and just give you a little bit of a snapshot of some of the projects that he's working on to help facilitate some of the change that needs to take place in our instructional program. So with that, Dr. Hernandez.
Thank you for the kind introduction. Good evening, everybody. I'm happy to be here. Today I'm presenting my data dashboards. I had the pseudonym actually when I was here at the middle school of Dr. Data, so I might start shifting my name to Dr. Data permanently. So the premise of kind of creating these data dives or these data dashboards is it's a long initiative of data literacy, aiding schools with the ability to review daily and annual trends at large and granular levels, which is gobbledygook for you can see what's going on in your building and you can access that information so you can get in there and make the instructional decisions you need to do for your community. And some of these data dashboards are going to help schools answer questions on a clockwise continuum here of what do we want to focus on, how do we want to focus on it, how do we know we're making progress, and what do we do next? And they can just continue with this continuum of data flow with these reports. Some of the data sources, they're going to flow from the state level down to local data sources. And SIRS, for example, all of the data that I take from the district and send to the state is what comes out on these beautiful state reports that I'm going to bring down back to the building so they can see outside of the district, what do we look like? In the district, this is what we see, but when we're coming the other way from the state level, what does the state see? And then the next one is BARS, which does a lot of really good 3 to 8 testing and Regents testing. We have eSchool, which is our student management system, and the most exciting data source are local data sources. In school buildings, people have gone above and beyond, become innovative with really cool resources or tools to gather information of their communities. Some people might have a Google Sheet or a student survey that they want to incorporate into attendance initiatives. So I can bring that data in and mix it in with state attendance data on these hubs. Some of the benefits are, this is a homegrown hub. This is a Riverhead-born hub for Riverhead, and it's tailor-made. So whatever you want to be on that hub, however you want it, we will make it work exactly for what you need. I think after our leadership meeting, I was speaking with some of the principals, even just moments ago, and they have all these ideas. My teachers want to see this, or they want to include this. Is that possible? And the answer is always, we can do whatever you want. So that's the beauty of not purchasing some software or going with some large company and just sticking with our homegrown hub. We can then dive into what we want to, how we want to do it. So this is just a simple a snapshot of what the main hub will look like, and it has 3 big buckets of accountability. There's attendance, discipline, and academic buckets. Those are kind of the big ones that the state uses for building level accountability, and those are kind of the largest metrics in a school that can kind of give you the pulse of what's going on a day-to-day. Not the only ones, but 3 of the largest ones. And what we're going to do today is we're going to do a simulation of the NICESLAT dashboard. This is all simulated. There is no live data in here. It's simulations of what it would look like if you were using the NICESLAT dashboard as a school. And this has been given to teachers in the district, E&L coordinators specifically in the district. So in this simulation, this dashboard has two major components. The first one is a year-to-year overview by building, and the second one is individual student analysis. So when you get into your NYSESLAT dashboard, that first building level one will show you 2024 to 2025, and it'll give you just overall how your data is distributed across the different areas. But the great thing is in these black ovals, you can drill down that data and select more specific, if you want to get more granular or more specific on types of programs in your building, you know, look at a dual language program or look at English as a new language. And when you select that, it'll automatically shift your bar graphs to then reflect that performance for that group. The other great thing is if you select any of those data points, you'll get a data table that actually gives you, there are no student names here, but it'll actually give you a report of what students make up that data set right there. So if you're looking to do an inquiry process or an MTSS project, you have your group right there ready to go. The next one is a student simulation or a student drill down. So this is a blank template of what it looks like. And in that top left corner, there's a drop-down button, and if you select that, you'll see your students in your building. Here we have Antique and Crispy Bacon. Those are our students that we're looking at today. And so in this case, I'm gonna select Crispy Bacon, and when I select Crispy Bacon, it gives me so much beautiful and rich data that when I'm in a meeting about this student, I can make so many inferences, make so many decisions, or see so much insight on this one student and how they've performed on this NYSESLAT. Just for example, this radar chart will allow you to compare year to year in one modality on the test. So if you see the two rings, if I'm looking at listening, I can see that the student grew right away. They grew from year to year. But then I can also compare all the modalities to each other, and I can see that overall the student increased. If you look at speaking, that student jumped the most in speaking from one year to the next. So this is a really, really helpful tool that in a team meeting with teachers or as an administrator when I worked here at the middle school, this was key data that we wanted to really dive into, and we pulled it together from all these reports, and now I just wanted to show it in one quick snapshot so that way you can make the most informed decision. And with that, if there are any questions, I look forward to answering or sharing any other information you might, or requests you might have.
All right.
Yes, thank you. I'd just also like to say that I know that Crispy Bacon student. He's a real ham.
Thank you.
I could not stop myself, I'm sorry.
I can't follow up with that one.
Moving on, do we have any public comments on the agenda items? Do we have any online? We don't, okay. Can I get a motion to accept the consent agenda? Thank you, Ms. Murphy. Can I get a second? Thank you, Dr. Gonzalez. All in favor? And the motion passes. Moving on to new business. Letter A is the approval of the award of the RFP. So the RFP that we put out for, which is a request for proposals for the school safety and security consultant to replace Mr. Culhane for the 25-26 school year, and it was awarded to Allied Universal Security Services. Can I get a motion to accept? Thank you, Mr. Wallace. Can I get a second?
Second.
Thank you, Ms. Redmond. Do we have any questions, comments?
I just have one comment. On behalf of the board, I would like to thank Mr. Culhane for his years of service to our district. He's made incredible strides in improving the security and safety of the buildings and staff and students, most importantly. And as he goes off to his secondary retirement, I'd just like to thank him.
Agreed. Thank you. Any other questions, comments? Can I get a motion to accept? Thank you, Ms. Murphy. Oh, all in favor, because we already did. All in favor? And the motion passes. Letter B, approval of the tax levy appropriations. Can I get a motion to accept the tax levy appropriations for 25-26? Thank you, Ms. Murphy. A second? Thank you, Dr. Gonzalez. Questions, comments? All in favor? And the motion passes. Letter C is approval of appointment for the central treasurer for extracurricular, extra classroom activity fund. For Ms. Peters, can I get a motion to accept? Thank you, Ms. Healy. Can I get a second? Thank you, Ms. Freeborn. Any questions, comments? All in favor? And the motion passes. Letter D, this is to authorize to dispose of voter ballots from various school budget votes and election board member votes. So we have to keep the ballots for 1 year or 6 months if they're unused. So this is for ballots held from 2022, 2023, and 2024. Can I get a motion to accept? Thank you, Ms. Murphy. Can I get a second?
Second.
Thank you, Ms. Redmond. Any questions, comments? All in favor? And the motion passes. Letter E, disposal of surplus. This is 3 trucks. Can I get a motion to accept? Thank you, Ms. Murphy. Can I get a second? Thank you, Ms. Freeborn. Any questions, comments? All in favor? And the motion passes. Letter F, approval of field trips. We have 9, so there's quite a few. For the first one is for a field trip for one 12th grade student to participate in the NYSSMA All-State Winter Conference and the All-State Symphonic Band performance in Rochester, New York, from December 4th to December 7th of 2025, and to reflect the appropriate cost of $3,200, because last meeting we did vote to approve the field trip, but it was a different amount. The second one is for the varsity boys and girls spring track team to participate in the spring track and field events for NYSPHSAA championships at Webster Schroeder High School in Webster, New York on June 12th through the 15th, 2026, at an approximate cost of the district of $2,500. The third field trip is for the varsity girls wrestling team to participate in the NYSPHSAA championships at the MVP Arena in Albany, February 25th through the 27th, 2026, at an approximate cost of the district of $1,345. The fourth field trip is for the varsity boys and girls winter track team to participate in the winter track and field events, NYSPHSAA championships at Ocean Breeze Athletic Complex in Staten Island, March 6th through March 7th, 2026, at approximate cost of the district of $538. Number 5 is for the Winter Girls Cheerleading Team to participate in the UCA Pocono Regional event in Wilkes-Barre, Pennsylvania, November 9th, 2025, at an approximate cost of the district, $1,380. The sixth field trip is for the Winter Girls Cheerleading Team to participate in the NHSCC USA Nationals competition in Orlando, Florida, February 4th to February 9th, 2026, at approximate cost of the district, $625. Number 7 field trip is for the varsity girls golf team to participate in the girls golf tournament for NYSPHSAA championships at Wildwood Country Club in Rush, New York, June 5th through June 8th, 2026, at an approximate cost of the district of $1,902. And the 8th is for the varsity boys golf team to participate in the boys golf tournament, NYSPHSAA championships at Mill Creek Golf Course, Rochester, New York, June 5th through June 8th, 2026. Also at an approximate cost of the district, $1,902. And the last field trip is for various music groups, the Wind Ensemble, Jazz Band, Chamber Orchestra, Show Choir, to participate at the High Note Music Festival in New Jersey, and then to move on to Six Flags Great Adventure in Jackson Township on Friday, May 1st, at approximate cost of the district of $850. Can I get a motion to accept all the field trips? Thank you, Mr. Wallace. Can I get a second? Thank you, Ms. Healy. Any questions, comments?
Good luck.
Good luck to everybody and enjoy. All in favor? And the motion passes. And letter G, approval of a donation. Ms. Tracy Oak of Aquabog has donated an upright double bass at an approximate value of $2,400 to Riverhead Central School District Music Program. Can I get a motion to accept? Thank you, Ms. Murphy. Can I get a second? Thank you, Ms. Freeborn. Any questions, comments?
Thank you.
Besides, thank you, yes. All in favor? And the motion passes. And we have some committee reports. You want to start with facilities?
Facilities, yep.
Yep.
So facilities, we met on September 22nd. We met with the H2M architects to provide a update on the district kitchen renovation projects and also the EPC, the energy performing contract. Regarding the kitchen renovations, both at Phillips and Riley Avenue are advancing on schedule. At Phillips, the project includes new walk-in freezers and refrigerator, additional health department required sinks, new work tables, expanded dry storage, and updated finished as epoxy flooring, wainscoting, ceilings, and lighting. At Riley Avenue, due to space constrictions, the walk-in freezer and refrigerator will be located outside the building, enclosed in by a masonry wall and connected by a covered walkway. Interior modifications will improve workspace efficiency, added storage, update finishes. Plans are being submitted to the state this week, which was last week. With bidding accepted in November, contracts should be awarded in December, and construction beginning in January. Both kitchens are expected to be operational by the summer of 2026. With respect to the EPC, Energy Performance Contract, submissions are being submitted to State Education Department are underway. With approvals expected within the next 2 months, construction extended through 2027. It is essential that the work begins by December 1st to retain federal funding. Projects highlight including solar installations at all the schools, which is ground-mounted at Phillips. Carports are at the remaining sites. Comprehensive lighting replacements, boiler and pump upgrades, unit ventilator replacements, transformer upgrades, insulation and weatherization improvements, energy management software. The committee also emphasized the importance of including conduits for future security cameras located under the solar carport locations. Finally, the committee discussed long-term facility needs. The high school track surface, even though it was just recently redone, it's deteriorating and will probably require a full replacement. While we're doing that, we're going to address the undersized football field that sits in the middle of that. So that will be looked into as well. In addition, the committee identified the need for a clearing communication strategy and productivity to inform community about the solar carports. So there'll be more, reports for that. Emphasizing the immediate benefits to the district, long-term vision for the facilities. We will meet again on November 19th to discuss everything further. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Wallace. And we have the Wellness Committee.
Yes, the Wellness Committee met on September 17th, 2025. Food Services Manager Keith Graham reported a strong increase in breakfast participation, especially at Pulaski, where breakfast in the classroom was reintroduced. The district remains a CEP school under New York State's Universal Free Meals Program, and families are still encouraged to complete the free and reduced price lunch applications as they unlock additional benefits like AP test fee reductions and community discounts. Facility improvements continue at Riley and Phillips, as you've just heard. Tina Marie Rickmers shared that UPK enrollment stands at 257 students across 9 programs. A behavioral consultant is now working with in-house UPK classrooms to support positive behavior plans. The district also distributed over 500 backpacks and hygiene kits through Title I funds and community donations. Work is underway with social workers to align risk assessment practices across the district. Chris Marino provided an update on special education programming and staffing with a focus on new ICT and 1511 classrooms. He's evaluating how to move students toward less restrictive environments and improve staff training. There was also discussion about the need for dyslexia screening, particularly the Wyatt 5 tool, and supporting students in building independence, especially during transitions from middle school to high school. Dan Hull, our lead nurse, emphasized the importance of immunization compliance within the state's required timelines. He highlighted 2 recent incidents, where non-patient specific EpiPens were used to treat unknown allergic reactions, demonstrating the importance of these emergency resources, and also highlighting the incredible professionalism and quick response time of our nursing staff, I'd like to add. The committee also discussed pedestrian safety concerns near schools and the need for additional sidewalks, police presence, and collaboration with the town through programs like New York Safe Routes to School. Hans Whitaker spoke about expanded wellness activities led by our athletic teams, including events for mental health and cancer awareness. Improvements to the athletic training room are complete, and feedback from students has been very positive. He also proposed including health teachers on the wellness committee to better represent classroom efforts. Flexibility in scheduling for students involved in sports and other programs like band and ROTC was discussed, with an emphasis on resolving conflicts fairly and keeping extracurriculars accessible. The next Wellness Committee meeting is scheduled for February 11th, 2026. There is a typo in the minutes for when we do post them. Thank you.
Thank you, Ms. Redmond. Do we have any board member remarks?
October is Dyslexia Awareness Month. So I know I was part of the Wellness Committee, and again, it was brought up about dyslexia screening. I think it's like my 5th year in a row hearing about it. I hope something is done, and that when we are screening the children, that we're putting them into reading programs that will help them. The other I would just like is that when we have these the minutes from our committees, if they could be attached for the minutes for the agenda instead of refer to the YouTube video, that would be great if you just can attach what was read. So this way, if somebody wanted to go back to the minutes for the meeting, they could just read it, because sometimes you don't want to go on the have to watch the whole meeting.
Sure, we'll make that adjustment.
Any other board member remarks? I think I would just say, as Mr. Wallace is pointing about the EPC contract, that is a big deal that is going to be done in this district, involving a lot of work around each and every single building. Some of it will be seen by the community driving by, some of it you won't. We had talked about how, like Mr. Wallace said, shovels go in the ground in December. We had talked about making sure that keeping the community updated with a presentation before the first shovel goes into the ground, right, in November, to make a presentation so the community is aware and understands what's going on, so they can see everything that's involved in the EPC.
Over the next few weeks leading up to November, the weekly updates, there will be information regarding the EPC and the kitchens, so be sure to look out for that. It goes out in Parent Square each Friday on or about 6 p.m., depending upon the traffic on the internet, but it's right around 6 p.m. when that goes out.
Okay, do we have any RCFA comments?
Good evening, Gregory Wallace, RCFA. The association would like to extend its deepest sympathies to the family of Austin Portillo, who tragically passed away on September 27th. Thank you.
Thank you. Do we have any comments from Rob? No comments from Rob. Do we have any public comments? Do we have any online public comments? No? Okay. Seeing no comments, can I get a motion to adjourn? Motion. Thank you, Mr. Wallace. Can I get a second? Thank you, Ms. Murphy. All in favor? And the motion passes. Thank you. We'll see everyone in November. Oh, no, the end of October. One more. Yep.
Please help support the Riverhead Central School District YouTube channel by subscribing. If you are not already subscribed to this channel, please be sure to push that subscribe button and click the bell to receive notifications. Thank you.